And a friend of mine that was living in Israel at the time sent me this, and it was probably in the 80s, I guess. And I've about played this thing. I'm looking at the condition. Whew, I see a few scratches, but I'm going to play this tonight. And the person who buys the second most stuff tonight, I'm going to include this. And please don't let me forget to play it so you can hear it. It is absolutely amazing music. And then I got one more little thing to show you. And this is a print that's been mounted onto a canvas. The artist is a friend of mine. She lives over here close to me. Her name is Robin. And her husband is so smart. He bought one of these thermal printers and he makes prints of all of her originals. And she sells this stuff, but I mean, it's just amazing. She's an amazing artist. But look what that says. Her tears fell into a river of compassion, love, and grace. Isn't that sweet? So whoever buys the first item from me tonight is going to have this included in their purchase. So uh, have fun with all of that, y'all. All right. Okay. Before I actually get too started into my my stuff tonight, which has to do with Italy and hopefully we'll get to Israel. I'm going to do a squirrel, squirrel, and I'm bad to do squirrels. And before I get too far into it, let me turn the screen around. Because yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I did this camera up and addressed Maria. And I just want to say to Maria again, and I addressed her in such a way that I said that I was talking to her directly. I told everybody else, you can listen in. So, Maria, if you're still in here today, if you're still in here right now, I think I saw you come in earlier. I know you just finished your show. Girlfriend, I am so excited about receiving that piece that you put up for sale. And I know it was hard. Um, oh, you're making me cry. um, but that set that I got from you, I am just so excited to get it. You wouldn't know this, but my family, and it's passed on to me. We've had a love for Mexico just forever and ever, ever. And I think it started with my daddy was 18 years old in Atlanta just before World War II started. He got on a bus in Atlanta, Georgia, and drove and rode that bus all the way out to El Paso, Texas. His dream was to become a cowboy. He was a city boy, wanted to be a cowboy. And he made it all the way to El Paso. He was hired onto a huge ranch. And boy, he learned real quick how to ride horses and do all sorts of things to bulls and cattle, ride the fences and all that kind of stuff. And but on his weekends, he would go across the border. And I can't tell the stories that he used to tell, but he fell in love with Mexico and the culture. And when he then the war came along, and he had to come out and go into the army. But years later, Mother and Daddy took trips down into. They drive down all the way down into to Mexico City and back, and just they bring back all this stuff. I have got their both of them have sombreros that are like out here, huge things, and I've got mamas and daddies, and they're stored away. But in all that to say, I inherited that love of anything Mexican and from that culture, and so it's one of the reasons why I'm really keen on having that piece. Plus, Maria, you it's from you. So I will cherish it, and I probably won't ever sell it. You won't ever see me reselling that piece. But let me flip y'all back around And to my improvised stage here, I am on a little plant stand. And if y'all can see, there's my normal stage area back there. But I'm here because we're going to be looking at books, travel books, and things related to these countries we've been talking about. But uh, just take this is where I'm sitting in the middle of all my stuff, and my piano is right here. So if I if I lean on it and scare everybody, just don't jump, okay? All right, back to Mexico. Um, I was able to get this piece that I'm holding. Oh, probably I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, and from a friend who lives in Texas. Let's see if I can reposition here, and it's Sterling 95. And she didn't know much about it. And when I got it, I noticed there were all these marks on here. And I thought, what an unusual material that's back in there. So I started researching this and researching the marks. And look here, y'all know I am freaky about books, freaky good, about resource books. So I actually ordered this one. I've had it a couple of years now. The Little Book of Mexican Silver Trade and Hallmarks. And it was written by this Billy Hogarth. Now, y'all, I didn't realize it, but he is considered a real authority on this area, and he died just not too long ago. And these books, I'm glad I already had my copies, because man, y'all can't find them. Take a screenshot of it and try your thrift stores and try eBay and see if you're interested in having one of these. Let me hold it still. Everybody got your screenshot? All right. But it's every. I showed you that piece had a mark on it. It's every mark, and it is organized beautifully. So if you have a piece of Mexican, especially if it's Taxco, Taxco, you can find the mark in here. The Maria told us a little bit, but the silversmiths and the silver guilds that worked out of Taxco put Taxco on the map worldwide, and Mexico has all these silver mines, and so they're the ones really that put the 925 into sterling. We're so grateful for the work that these silversmiths did down in Mexico, and one in particular that is extremely famous. Maria mentioned him, William Spratlin. William Spratlin. Take you a screenshot of that book right there. This is a field guide, because you want to be looking for this jewelry right here. This man, he's passed away now, but this fella is famous throughout the world for exquisite crafted silversmithing, and everything is marked. And so this book shows you all of the hallmarks that he used down through the ages, and he helped Taxco, the guilds down there, to get highly regulated to where every silversmith that worked, and Maria could probably tell you a lot more than I'm telling you, just giving you highlights. But they were highly regulated, and being able to use certain marks, it was, and they had to pay some taxes on what they did, but it was a way to keep the guild highly regulated, to keep the counterfeiters, from getting in there. Well, this back to this piece. I found the name. It's actually got a name on it, Dominguez. So in this book, I looked up Dominguez and found this name right here, Rafael Dominguez, and he worked from 1911 to 1980, and there is his mark, RD. Now, mine just says Dominguez on it, and it's got the maker's mark. They all have their own special mark. But look at this, and I'm telling you about this because I'm getting ready to put it up to auction. So pay attention. All right. Rafael Dominguez was a talented pupil of William Spratling. Dominguez and his wife, Juan- uh, Juana, sorry, Spanish is not good, owned a silver and art studio called Casa Dominguez in Taxco, and the shop offered, quote, pleasing designs and jewelry of heavy silver, unquote. The Dominguez mark is a simple RD inside of a circle. Well, and it gives you kind of what to look for. Well, because this said Dominguez, I was wonder if it's a family member. So there is a private Facebook group of dedicated to Mexican silversmiths, and I asked to join, and I was able to join, and then I put this out there and said, can anybody give me more information about it? So I got back from that group people that know what they're talking about, that they are attributing this to Raphael's son or his nephew, and they gave me the name like I think it might have been Alfonso Domingo, but they just had put A. Dominguez, and they said you've got a beautiful piece and a beautiful example of his work. And he said they told me that all this stuff back here, they said that those are turkey feathers that have been encased in resin, and that it was a distinctive thing that he did. And if, can you see? You can see through. Let me shine it to the light here. Look at that. Isn't that cool? All right. Are y'all turned on? Are y'all turned on? Let me bring this to the stage and see if anybody's interested in it. And if you're not tonight, it won't hurt my feelings to hang on to it. But because Maria got us going on all this Mexican jewelry, I thought I'd pull this out. And I'm not paying a bit attention to y'all's chat. I'm sorry. It's running. It's running. Got 10 seconds. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Interesting. Thank you, Hence Valid. Turkey feathers, yes. And somebody over in Facebook saying Pluma Azteca. Is that describing the design? Wish you could, Claudia, you need to come over to www, take notes, www.lilyworks, one, jewels.com. All one word, lilyworksjewels.com. And that way you can bid on stuff if you want to, and you can actually enter into the chat, and because nobody can see your text but me. All right. Okay, great. Okay, did this end and I get to keep it? Okay, doesn't hurt my feelings at all. Was that fun? Did y'all learn something? Thank you, Maria, for starting us on that path. And by the way, Hogarth also did one on southwestern silver from the Navajo tribe and the other Native American tribes, the Sumi, and it too is full of every. So if you get your hands on Indian jewelry and want to be able to identify the marks, there is the book. If you can get it, like I said, when he died, people, I'm just glad I already had my copies because people went crazy trying to get them. All right, there we go. All right, put those two away. And where to put it is the question. All right, I put them right there. All right, well, what I'm going to do today is from my time in Italy. I obviously would had rented a car and took a lot of day trips, and really enjoyed my time working there. By the way, I was working as a an apprentice in a very famous mosaic studio right in Rome, and in Rione Monte, which is one of the oldest regions. It's between two of the hills of Rome, and right off the ancient forum. And I'll tell you more about that one day. I'll show you my mosaics and stuff. I did while I was there. Actually, mate, I just noticed this book sitting down here, Micro Mosaics. Oh, I don't know why it's sitting right there, but that's a huge museum book on micro mosaics, and that is just a small thing of what I did there for commercially was created the jewelry we see and sell today, the little pins and earrings and bracelets and stuff. It takes a long time to make those things, but I learned how to pull the glass and all of that. I've got pictures of me doing it. I'll share all that with you one day. But my heart was really classical Roman, Greek, and Byzantine mosaics, and I worked on some amazing projects. Like I said, I was apprenticing. They kind of run it like a medieval guild there. That was interesting. But I brought back all of my equipment, and I'm telling you, I wish I could get my studio set up again. I'd like to start making maybe those micro mosaics, but do a design that is distinctive to me, not that Italian touristy stuff. Okay, this book. The coast of Amalfi. How many of you heard of the Amalfi Coast? And what I'm showing you is giving you the opportunity to. I think this book's going to be 50 cents. No, wait a minute. I couldn't do 50 cents. It's going to be $1, and I have set the shipping as low as I could. And about the shipping, if you buy any books, because each book weighs different, it's hard for me to do progressive. So I promise you, on the shipping, as soon as I print the label, I will reimburse all the extra shipping right back to you. Okay, but this is going to be $1. Going to run it in just a minute. And you can sit and look and dream. And if you've been there, you can remember the beautiful things that you saw. The Amalfi Coast is a whole series of little towns right on the coast, and there's some of them right there. And so this, I just love to sit and look at these. So that's that. Let's now, y'all hang on to your britches because I'm gonna do something different. Hang on, let me weigh it first. Okay, it's less than a pound. I'm going to try and do this duplicate business that we've been, okay, listing was duplicated successfully. Okay, where is it? Um, okay, it's right there, and it's number one. Move to stage. Well, God, that was simple. Okay, it's starting, y'all. 30 seconds for how much did I say? $1. And remember, whoever is the first makes the first purchase gets this. And if you make the most purchases, you get this. All right. Oh, look at there. We're up to $3 with these deals, and we've got 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Y'all gonna let? Oh, Maria wants it for 4. 5 seconds. Three. Y'all are doing great. There we go. Look at there, Maria. Bless, bless your heart. Now you got a little bit of me. You've got Italy, which I love, and I know you love. I know that's in your heritage too. But you've got me as a book lover and as a book dealer, uh, a part of me. So thank you. And oh, and this couldn't have gone to anybody more special. Y'all give some thumbs up, hearts. Could this not have gone to any more special than Maria? Oh my gosh, this is perfect. Oh, I can't wait to tell Robin where her little sweet little painting has gone to. Oh yes, give thumbs up, hearts, hearts. We loving on you. We loving on you, Maria. Okay, and I need to put that is number one. Less than a pound. Sticky note. Okay. All right. Here we go. I'm already 24 minutes into my show. Okay, here's another one from just north of the Amalfi Coast, Naples and Campania. Campania is the area, but everybody's heard of Naples, Napoli, and it's where Pompeii, ancient Pompeii is, and Mount Vesuvius. And uh, y'all know that that volcano is still considered active. Oh my gosh! I asked folks sitting around drinking coffee out in the cafes there in Naples. I said, "Are y'all not concerned about the fact that uh, Mount Vesuvius could erupt again?" And they all looked and laughed and smiled and said, "Well, you see how close we are to the bay, to the water. We all have boats. We'll just get in our boat and sail away." And I don't know. You know what? The way Mount Elba, is it Elba? Not Elba, Etna. Mount Etna, down below them in Sicily, has really been acting up. Okay, here is another gorgeous book. I like the pictures that show the local customs and stuff. But y'all, this area, I have driven all through these hills. Look at that. Look at that. This is really a fun book. Um, that's Pompeii, and I've been to Pompeii. Oh my goodness. I actually went down specifically, made one trip just to look at the mosaics on the floors and on the walls. Okay, this book weighs one. Okay, it's going to weigh 2 pounds by the time it's packed. So let me get a 2 pounder up here, a 2 pounder, and duplicate it. Successfully duplicated. And here we go. Move to stage. Oh man, I'm loving this duplication thing. Wow. All right. What am I got this at? $1.50. And it's a paperback, and you see, and it's in great shape. It's in great. Well, there may be. No, it's in good shape. I try not to dog ear books that are good. Now, some of my reference books, like that Mexican resource thing, is all dog eared up. But oh, look at there. Dee, you won it. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, this is number one for you and number one for Maria. Uh, y'all keep up with who's winning the um, Andrea Bocelli. All right, that's number one, and it is 2 pounds. Oops, excuse me. Told you I was going to lean on my piano. Okay, all right. Let's see what else I got up here. Oh, this is a good one. Do y'all notice I'm just pulling these off my shelf? Wait till y'all see what I do tomorrow. Y'all gonna think I, y'all gonna think I lost my mind tomorrow. Now, tomorrow's the collectibles, and I know books probably go better, but we're taking a break selling jewelry. Well, I tried to sell you one piece, but tomorrow I'm selling artisan crafted pieces, and all from Haiti. And I'm not even going to show you. I'm not going to give you a preview, but I promise you, you're going to be interested in my mobile stage tomorrow, because I'm not taking anything off the wall. Look at it, I'll describe it, and if you buy it, then I'm going to have to hire somebody to come get on a ladder and take it down. Okay, here we go. What are we doing? Turn back around. This little book is the illustrated guide to Assisi with map inside. Let's see if it's still in there. Yes. Oh, uh, y'all are in luck. It's still in there. But Assisi, of course, is. Let me tell you where it is. If you're in Rome and start driving northeast, Um, you about almost to Florence, way up in the mountainous region, you'll find this little mountain town, Assisi, that was made famous by who? Who can tell me who made this famous? Who made this little town in Italy famous? Come on, tell me in the chat. I know y'all know. I know you know. Come on. There we go. Thank you, Kristen. Francis, Marissa, yes, Francis. Do you win? You win my great affection. Thank you, by the way, for coming and doing a live show with us. Didn't I tell you, you just fit right in? You told us all that you were, what, did you say crazy, wacky, insane? And then somebody piped up and said, Kathy with Insane Bargains has probably got that title. We'll have to call you Kirky Christie or something, Kristen Kirky or Gwag. Anyway, I'm getting silly. All right. I went to Assisi because I used to teach church history to our prospective ministers that were working on their licensing and ordinations, and St. Francis played a huge part in church history. But this is a map that doesn't mean a thing to you other than Assisi is the town. But let me see, the Hermitage is where everybody wants to go. And I think that's a picture of it. It's so you go out of the little walled town. Notice it's all walled, the original old walls that date back to medieval period. Fascinating. And he had a retreat. He had a cave up in the hills, and it's now called the Hermitage. But because the Franciscan brothers have used it, and so you'll see a lot of Franciscan brothers in their brown habits up there and all around Assisi, really. But Assisi was famous for his love in birds and talking to the birds and nature and stuff. But he would lay down up there out around that cave up in the mountains there, and birds would flock to him. And if he was a hermit, so he's talking to the birds, and they have memorialized that by there's a little trail up there, and they put all these stone birds, and they indicated like a body laying on the ground, and you can lay down right there. And I did it, and no real birds came around, but I imagined I was Francis talking to the birds, and it was a wonderful experience. And if you ever get the chance to go to Italy, try to make take a trip to Assisi. Now, there's a picture of a special cross design or crucifix design that was called the St. Francis cross. And I'm not real sure why those extra panels, why he did that. But that T, that part at the top, that you see that the Franciscan brothers wear those crucifixes. That's kind of neat. But anyway, this is less than a pound. So let's get on with less than a pound, and we want to duplicate, and it's been duplicated. This is book number 2. Start the auction. Is it running? Yes, it's running. Okay, with the map, make sure it stays in there. Anybody would like to read the history of Assisi and see all the great pictures in here while y'all are bidding. Oh, yay, Kristen, thank you for bidding. um Let me tell you a story. I made it a goal that every place I went to, every restaurant I went to, I would try their, oh my goodness, now my mind is leaving me. What is the appetizer called that is bread that's been toasted with butter and garlic, and it has sometimes chopped up tomatoes and stuff on it? Anybody remember what that's called? Well, you can get it here in restaurants if you know what you're looking for. But I tried it in every single place that I ate. Yes, bruschetta, bruschetta. It's cheddar, bruschetta. I'm just murdering my Italian. You wouldn't know I passed my level one Italian. It's all left me. But that stuff I loved, and every restaurant was different, but the very best place was in this little town. So I'm going to refer you to the bruschetta and a sissy. Okay, have we ended? The Jeannie Knight over in YouTube, bless your heart. Oh my goodness. Have I got a mod in the room? Is there anybody that can mod for me over on YouTube? Jeannie, listen to me. You can't bid. Okay, Granny, finish. Go help Jeannie out. Tell her how to get to district. And has anybody bid on this? Yes, we have got a bid. Kristen, and Kristen won it. I'm so sorry, Jenny. You put in a good bid, but you can't bid on YouTube. And you need to come to www.lilyworks jewels plural.com, all one word, lilyworksjewels.com, and it'll bring you to district, and you can download the app and sign up. You can do it real quickly, and get over here because I got some more books from Italy. Okay, and I'm so sorry. All right, thank you. There, Melody has put it up for you. Lily Works, except she misspelled it. Mel, Lily Works Jewels, Jewels. I love you, Melody. I'm the worst to say anything. My finger is so stupid when I'm typing. Okay, did somebody win this? Uh, yes, Kristen did. It's number two, less than a pound. Whoops, that's gonna get old real quick. Okay. All right, let's look. Spell check. Yeah, Granny Vintage. Spell check. Rachel, we're having fun, sweetheart. And thank you for coming out. Hope you're feeling better. Oh, okay. Here's another little book. Look what this one's on. Venezia. It's on Venice. I've been here too many times to tell you I love this town. I've never been during their carnival time when everybody wears all those exotic masks. I imagine that would be exciting. But I have been there when it was flooding, and that was exciting. You know, Venice is just a bunch of islands. And this is a picture of the bell tower, clock tower, and that's St. Mark's right there. This is the main piazza. So if you go to Venice, you'll come in on a train. If you're wise, you come in on a train, get off at the train station, and you'll take a water taxi that'll bring you around. They always dump you right here at this plaza at St. Mark's, and you'll see the big tall tower. And when it's flooding, this whole thing has got about 1 to 2 feet of water in it. And they're so clever, they're so used to it happening, they're so clever, they have actually little stands that form like a little mobile bridge, to so you can get across it, and it'll flood into the cathedral. No joke. I mean, it just goes right on in those stone floors. But you'll see people gingerly walking across those wooden platforms to stay out of the water. But when it's not flooding, it looks kind of like you're seeing right here, except there will be at least 100,000 pigeons. You think I'm kidding? So don't take any sandwiches or food out because they will attack you. Can I answer any questions for you? Okay, thank you, Melody. I'm going to leave her with you. I appreciate you doing that. Okay, this little book, let me go ahead and put it up and I'll show it to you while it's running. It is less than a pound. We're going to duplicate it and run it. This is number three of our little fun travel books, and it's just like the others as far as it's full of pictures and history. And maps. I'm a map person. There's the Grand Canal. There's the train station, and they bring you right there. And there's St. Mark's. I just, this place is, oh, wow, y'all. I can't tell you the artwork that's there. And of course, you can take a day trip out to the island where they, Murano, where they make all the glass. That's a cool trip. But if you like to read and if you like to look and can't afford to go to Italy, or for whatever reason can't get there, go through a book like this. This is the way to do it. Okay, this is ended. And who bid on that? D bid on it, and D won it. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Now I'm not keeping up with who's buying the most. I mean, I'll know when I, do the orders, but this is number three, less than a pound. So I may not be able to acknowledge, unless you're keeping up with it, who's going to get Botticelli at the end. Okay, let's see. What have I got? Oh, okay. How about this book? This is oh, I didn't realize this is what this is. This is actually St. Mark's there in Venice, and it's just on St. Mark's. Give me a thumbs up if anybody wants me to run this. This is a detailed book of everything that is has to do with the St. Mark's Cathedral. Let me see if I can find the famous horses. Oh, there they are. Oh my God. Look at that, y'all. Y'all would not, I don't know if you know the story, but, and I can't recite it perfectly, but I do know these horses, I think even Napoleon, have been stolen, and they have, by the pirates of Venice, and then Napoleon, and all these people have stolen this. I'm waiting for somebody to tell me run. Otherwise, I'm going to put this back on the shelf. Um, but they finally got the horses back, and they sit on top of St. Mark's, and they are huge. I guess I'm 5 feet. I'd be about that tall. But they're huge. I don't know how anybody could steal them, but they're famous. There is and y'all, the mosaics in that building are just, they're the horses right there. They're right over the main door. Isn't that exciting? So do I? Yes, run it. Dee wants me to run it. Let's see how much. There's the original. In was it in lira before the euro, or is it euros? Probably euros. Okay, it weighs less than a pound. Yay, less than a pound. Duplicate. Run. This is number four. Is it running? Yes. All right, Dee, it's running. There we go. Kristen's wanting it too. It's thin. It's in great shape. It came back in my suitcase probably, if it wasn't among all the stuff I shipped back. Y'all, I had an accident while I was in Rome. I fell and busted into four pieces my upper right humerus, and they had to fly me home, emergency surgery. Delta put me on a first class seat. They were so sweet. But the next 48 hours, really, the next 3 days were horrible because I couldn't get it right in to have surgery done. But I now have a titanium plate in my upper right humerus, and I'm like a bionic woman. I can lift anything with my right arm. But I don't know if y'all have ever noticed when I'm showing jewelry, I have a bit of a tremor sometimes. See there, if I press, see that tremor? That's small motor nerve damage due to that accident. And it's one of the reasons why I've not gotten back into making mosaics, because to be able to take that hammer with the Hardy, that little thin, and, you know, break up the marble into tessera, I just haven't trusted the strength in this hand to be able to do it. All right, somebody win that? Yes. I'm so excited about my friends getting these books. Okay, less than 1 pound. Okay, y'all don't let me run over my time, and I'm assuming that cherished relish. I don't know if you got your time changed or if you wanted to stay in your time slot and everybody take a little break and come to you a bit later. I guess I'll find out. Yes. What does yes mean? You are going to stay at your original time? Is that what you're telling me? Yes, original time, or you have changed your time? I'll find out when I go to raid. If you're there, you're there. If you're not, you're not. Okay, I'll wait on her to answer. Um, okay, this next one is upside down. This next one, and backwards, is a another little small book on the area of Italy called Umbria. And my mind's gone blank as to where Umbria is. I mean, literally, y'all. Uh, Umbria is, now that's going to drive me crazy. Umbria is, what part of Italy is Umbria? Geography, Umbria. Come on, just show me a map. Well, there's Assisi. Okay, must be in the area where Assisi is. Okay, look at the beauty. This is basically the little towns in the area of Italy called Umbria. Isn't it beautiful? And the artwork, especially the artwork in the churches. Look at that. People live on the side of rocky mountains. And do you think about Italy having waterfalls? Look at that. Okay, you will be ready at change time. Okay, great. So I raid you. All right, don't if I get distracted and go past my time, y'all holler at me, okay? Look at that. Do y'all know that the government will allow you to buy almost free one of these old homes in one of these tiny little villages, but you have to sign all this paperwork saying and prove you got the money to go in and renovate it. But boy, if you want a house in Italy, look at that. Now, this is Orvieto. Oh, yes, they're famous for having built on these cliffs, and there's all sorts of stories about caves and stuff in there. Isn't that gorgeous? All right, this book weighs, let's see, this book weighs, oh, this book weighs 2 pounds. All right, let me run that. 2 pounder, a 2 pounder. Duplicate, 2 pounds, move to stage, start auction. All right, it's 2 pounds, but it is for $1.50. This is the area that is darn it, the goodness. If there we go, there's a map. I was trying to find a map. Let's see if I can locate what's what. All right, there's the Sisi right there. So Orvieto, Umbria is the area that Assisi is in, and a bunch of more real cute. But now Rome is just right here. The area that Rome is in is right here. Okay, let me go back and see what Kristen is saying. The house is 1,000, but the renovations cost 500,000. Right? Have you ever watched the YouTubes of people doing that? I think it's uh, really interesting. My undergraduate degree was in architecture, and I have designed. In fact, this little cottage I'm in, I designed. But I love to build, and if I were younger, I would be doing that. I'd be buying one of those little places and renovating it. Oh, okay. Your grandfather was from Abruzzi. Okay, that's the mountain region over here, isn't it? Okay, Rome is down here, Umbria is here, and the Abruzzi area, the real high mountains where they have the ski resorts. That is a really fascinating, and I've driven over that area before, over to the East Coast for some meetings once. So, okay, did that end? I'm not paying attention. Okay, it's one, and Kristen won that. Yay! So this is number two, 2 pounds. Can y'all still hear what's his face? Botticelli, not Botticelli, but Andrea Bocelli. Botticelli is the artist. Okay, I'm trying to decide if I want to buy another jewelry book. Oh yeah, thank you for mentioning that. In my buy it now, I've got some more resource books. I mean, you've seen them before, but I've got more copies. Y'all are buying them out. And also all of the jewelry that we looked at whenever we were talking about color. Um, let's see here. Let's see here. Hang on just a second. Let's do, doesn't look like I'm going to get to Israel. We'll do Israel another day. Let me pull out a couple more Italy. Oh, oh, since we were just talking about this, look at here. Buying a house in Italy. That's how serious. Now that I can tell that's the Tuscany area. How many of you've watched that movie Tuscany? There's more to it, to the name, where Cheryl Ladd, I think it was, bought a house in Tuscany as an American. Um, which one would I recommend? Well, the Sparkles Brown one is really, really good, but the Judith Miller is a little more expensive, I think, but is exquisite. The photographs are exquisite, and she's got it organized by jeweler. So it by designer, so it's a good, easy reference book. I'd recommend the Judith Miller, I guess. But look at here, look, a dog-eared page, and I marked it's also an earthquake-free zone. Y'all, this is how serious I got into buying a house over there. Is anybody interested in this book? Because they're still doing this. Here's all the regions. This is handy. Okay, there's Lazio is where Rome is. There's Abruzzo. This is where she just said her uh, grandfather was from. There's Umbria right there. Tuscany, where Florence is up in here. Isn't that great? Campania, that we I showed you a book on Campania. That's the Amalfi Coast is in there. Anyway, so say run if you're interested. Let's see how much this one's going to be. It is a 2 pounder, so it would be $1.50. All right, I'm going to set it aside if I don't hear anybody say run. Here is a travel book by Lonely Planet. This is a good travel book on the Tuscany and Umbria area together. Well, why would you buy a travel book? Believe it or not, these are chock full of history and uh, wonderful maps. If you like to look at maps and find out where things are, but the history is when they're describing what you can see and about certain areas. So I love these. There's some color photos in it too. But this is $1.50. Uh, I might could go in there and change this down to $1, but it's just 50 more cents. Anybody interested in this? Say run. Just for the second time, say run if you're interested. All right. Here is, oh, this is fun. Culture Shock, a survivor's guide to customs and etiquette in Italy. If you're going to go to Italy, you need to read this book. I'm telling you. You need to read this book if you're going to Italy. Okay, so anybody plan on traveling to Italy, you need to read this book. I found it very enlightening. And y'all, one of the things I miss is that just right below my flat, I lived right up real close to the Coliseum, and could walk out my door, and there would be these fresh markets just right there, right on the street, and there'd be fresh flowers, and there was a gelato place. Right there too for ice cream. Don't act like the Jersey Shore kids. You'll be halfway there. Just don't act like the Jersey Shore kids and you'll be halfway there. Okay. Well, I did learn a few things that a mature woman should learn to beware of. And it's a couple of times it came in handy. There's the famous um, fountain. Yeah, I can't think of the name of it. My mind's flipped. But there's a lot to see in Italy that's a lot of fun. Okay, say run if you're interested. If not, I'm setting that aside. And we've got less than 5 minutes. Oh, I've got one more. Let's see what it weighs. This is a 3 pounder, but some of you might be interested in this. It's pretty, the Vatican is actually its own country inside of Italy, but you can't miss making a trip to at least the Vatican Museum, the art museum. Oh my goodness. And if you go there, if you go to Rome. So this is, if you can't go, this is a great book. This is a great book because it's going to show you all of the stuff. Oh, look at there, y'all. Do you see that? That's their mosaic studio. I told you I worked at a famous studio. The studio was Cassio Studio, just not in the Vatican at all. But the director, the founder of that studio, was the director of the directory of the Vatican, I used to could say it in Italian, of the Vatican Museum Studios. He was in charge of it from like the turn of the century up to the beginning of the war, World War II, and then he retired. But he supervised the Pompeii excavations as far as the mosaic floors and panels, the ones that they lifted up and put into museums. He supervised all that and took care of restorations. I mean, the guy is famous. His last name is Cassio. And then when he retired, he started his own little studio off of Via Urbana there in Rio Monte. And then it passed to his son, who became famous for, ironically, for having done the memorial in Central Park, New York, to John Lennon or to the Beatles. The Imagine, Imagine, wasn't that a famous song? I think it was related to John Lennon. Anyway, there's a huge mosaic memorial in Central Park, and he designed that. And then his son, who's alive now, became an architect there. But his wife, who uh, is ironically from Russia, she when they got married, she came up under the wing of Lorenzo Cosco's uh, son, Francisco, and he trained her in the classical techniques that were used by the Vatican. And she now runs that studio, and that's who uh, I worked with, and for 3 years. And uh, again, I'm going to show you my mosaics in another time because I got some stories to tell. But since I saw that, all right, anybody want me to run this right quick before we go to Curry? So if you can't go to the Vatican, oh my gosh. Yes. Okay. And what did I say? How much did I say? It was hang on, let me weigh it properly. It is a 3 pounder. All right. 3 pounds, 3 pounds. Duplicate, stage, start. Okay. All right. It's running real quickly because we need to go to Curry. And she said you can go till like 9, 10 if I wanted to. Okay, great. Okay. Well, you got some competition. Dee wants this too. This is a nice book. There's how thick it is. But it's in excellent shape. It was actually produced by National Geographic. So you know the photographs are good. Uh, but this is a wonderful book. And y'all, when you first walk into St. Peter's Basilica, famous Michelangelo's statue of the Pietà is just to the right in the very first chapel that's down the nave of the church. And you could just stand there for hours looking at that. Oh my goodness. Fascinating place. Okay, is this ended? Yes, Kristen won it. All right, sweetie. Can anybody tell me who? This is number one, 3 pounds. Can anybody tell me who won the most? Not one. Well, yeah, who won the most auctions? Anybody know right off the top of your head? So I can congratulate you. You're welcome, sweetheart. Well, whoever it is, I'll find out when I'm tallying everything. But you will get this in with your package, and Maria is getting this sweet little thing. Yay! All right. Let me see if she's sitting there ready for us. Yeah, she's live. Okay, we're gonna go. I love all of y'all. Thank you for coming. See you tomorrow for another wild and wacky show. Love you.